This 42-year-old woman just landed the first ever assisted backflip in pairs skating. And she not only made history, but this is one of the best comeback stories this Olympic cycle. Welcome back to Olympic Winter is Coming, the series where I'm breaking down everything you need to know about the Winter Olympic Games before they start in February. And Deanna Stellato-Dudek is one of my favorite stories coming out of this year's cycle. She's 42 years old and currently a pair skater for Canada. Her partner is Maxime Deschamps, but she wasn't always a pair skater. Deanna started skating at 5 years old, and in 2000, she actually took the silver medal at the World Juniors Championship. However, just one season after that, she had found that her hip injuries had gotten so bad that she announced her early retirement from the sport. From then, she really didn't think about going back to skating. And it wasn't until she was on a work retreat where she was asked a very fateful question during an exercise. What is something you'd do if you knew you couldn't fail? Immediately, Deanna answered, win an Olympic gold medal. And that question and that gut feeling was enough to make her return to skating all those years later. So in 2016, she returned to the rink. And there she ended up having a tryout with another skater who was training there and made her way into pairs skating. Starting in 2016, she competed under the Team USA banner in pairs for 3 seasons. However, once again plagued by injuries, this time for her partner ultimately had to step back from skating, and Deanna was once again finding herself stepping back from competition until she met Max. Deanna and Max started skating together in 2019, but their partnership got off to a slow start. Deanna was not released by the American Federation in time to compete with Max, who was Canadian, for that season. But they didn't let their slow start or Deanna's age hold them back, and by 2024, they had taken a pairs skating world title. Obviously, they missed the 2022 Beijing Olympics, but after Deanna has finally been cleared to compete for Canada, they've set their sights on the 2026 Winter Games. And after not being able to defend their 2024 title, they're looking to take a couple more risks. Deanna started this season out with one very clear desire for their program, and that was to integrate a backflip. Now, the backflip in women's figure skating was actually banned until last season, and even if you work one into your competition now, you don't earn any points for it. However, Deanna wanted a backflip in their program because she wanted to prove that women can compete in the backflip game, but her partner Max was not really keen on the idea. And that might have been because at first she pitched doing a backflip off of his shoulders. After she said no to that, she then pitched doing a backflip off of Max's back, which would have required him to have pads in his costume so that she didn't cut his back open. Once that was vetoed again, Deanna ultimately came up with the idea of an assisted backflip. She asked her teammate to give her a single day in the gym with no skates and not on ice to prove that she could land it in a single day. And when she did land it immediately, they tried it on ice and after being successful, worked it into their program. And Deanna and Max are certainly underdogs. But if you know anything about competition, you know that the person with nothing to lose is the competitor you should be most scared of. And hopefully in February, we'll see Deanna land that same backflip on Olympic ice. Be sure to follow along for the rest of Olympic Winter is Coming and drop any questions or stories you'd like me to cover about the Winter Olympics now.